Isuzu has a new powertrain option available in their four-wheel drive range. It's a 2.2 litre, four-cylinder turbo diesel. Now, put down the pitchforks and don't panic, because right now the 3-litre engine is still available for the Australian market for now. This 2.2 litre replaces the 1.9. It's got a bit more power and a bit more torque, but it still lags behind the 3-litre in those two important facets. But we've also got an 8-speed automatic transmission here, and otherwise it's mostly unchanged for the dmax and the MUX coming in very soon. So the big question is this engine worth it? Is it maybe the best choice out of the 2.2 and the 3-litre? Let's take it for a drive and find out. This new 2.2 litre engine from Isuzu, which is known as the RZ4F, is related to the 1.9 litre engine that it's replacing. It uses the same architecture overall, but it has been bored and stroked for the extra capacity. It makes 120 kilowatts and 400 newton meters, which is better than the 110 kilowatts and 350 newton meters from the old 1.9 litre motor. And this engine also runs through a new 8-speed automatic transmission, along with the same part-time four-wheel drive system or two-wheel drive system, depending on which vehicle you get. Braked towing capacity has been increased from a 3-ton limit with the 1.9 litre engine up to 3.5 tonnes with this 2.2 litre motor. The gross combination mass has been increased as well, up to 5.9 tonnes for the MUX and 6 tonnes for the dmax. Now, it's worth pointing out that 3-litre, 4-cylinder turbo diesel engine known as the 4JJ3 continues on in the Isuzu lineup, and that makes 140 kilowatts and 450 newton meters, although it still runs through a 6-speed automatic transmission. This new engine also gets an idle stop-start system, which is new for Isuzu and also introduced to the 3-litre engine at the same time. Unlike other setups out there, however, this doesn't use any kind of 48-volt or mild hybrid system. Instead, it uses the same starter motor along with a higher output alternator and heavy-duty battery. Pricing has been increased across the board for the 2026 MUX and dmax range. Now the MUX starts from $49,900 plus on-road costs, and that is for the LSM with this 2.2 litre engine. Pricing goes up to $71,400 for this powertrain as well, and that is for the new LST 2.2 variant. Meanwhile, the Isuzu dmax starts at $36,200 plus on roads, and that's for the single cab SX two-wheel drive, so the traffic controller variant as we like to call it. The cheapest dual cab 4x4 is $50,700, and that is for the 2.2 litre once again in the SX variant. Now, if you do prefer a bit of extra capacity under the bonnet, opting for the 3-litre engine and 6-speed combination makes for around a $2,000 increase across the range for the dmax and the MUX. So in terms of outputs overall, the 3-litre engine is still the pick of the crop here. Even though in the broader ute segment, it does have relatively low outputs, I still do really like that 4JJ3 engine in terms of just its lazy power and torque delivery. Now the 1.9 litre engine did feel quite outgunned really. So it had 110 kilowatts, 350 newton meters. It was okay, but the second you ask for more out of that car, if you were going up a big hill with a full load of people, towing, going off-road and that sort of thing, you'd start to feel the limitations of that powertrain. There was a pretty big gap between the 1.9 and the 3.0, but now that gap has been trimmed back quite noticeably as well. So 50 extra newton meters does go a long way, and we've got a new 8-speed automatic transmission, which means there's just less gaps between all the ratios there. So the engine can sit in that happy place of around 2.5 to 3,000 RPM seems to be where it does its best work. It's a higher revving engine, absolutely, than the bigger 3-litre engine, and it is lacking overall output. It is noticeable too. So when you're driving normally, quite casually, cruising around, not asking too much, it's actually fine, and it feels decently responsive off the mark. But it's when you're asking a little bit more of the car, harsher acceleration, accelerating from 60 up to 90 quickly, or towing, for example, that's when you feel the difference between the 2.2 litre and the 3-litre engine. So yes, the 3-litre engine is still the choice if you want a four-wheel drive ute or wagon that does the hard work happily. So we do have an advantage here of efficiency, which is nice if you're really focused on that as the most important thing. We don't have the full picture of how efficient this car is after the first drive. We'll know a little bit more about it after we spend more time with it. But the 3 litre is not too bad in terms of efficiency, and this should trim back that number a little bit. But efficiency now will be improved for both the 3 litre and the 2.2 litre engine because they've included idle stop-start technology. So pull up to the set of lights, hit the brake pedal, and the engine will switch off. When you lift off that brake pedal, the engine switches back on automatically. Now in everyday normal driving, it's fine, it's responsive enough. It gets you back moving without too much hesitation, but there are some instances, for example, at a busy intersection and you spotted a small gap in traffic that you want to get into. If you roll off the brake very quickly and attack the accelerator, you do have a brief moment there of waiting. You do notice it, and it is a little bit frustrating. So what you should do in that situation is turn stop start off, or just predict when you need to do that actually, and just lift off the brake a little bit, which will kick the engine on for you automatically. That'll give you a bit more responsive acceleration for those times when you need it. Now this 2.2 litre engine is perhaps a little bit more refined than its bigger brother. The 3 litre, it probably vibrates a little bit less and makes a little bit less noise as well when it's working away. When it's working quite hard though, I have noticed a bit of injector rattle coming through. You can probably hear it there in the background. It's not what I would call a supremely quiet engine, I suppose. And it's not a massive advantage over the 3 litre in that regard. So if you're not asking too much of your dmax or NUX in terms of being a workhorse, I think this 2.2 litre engine is fine. It's not outstanding in any regard. It does give you a little bit of an edge in terms of efficiency, but clearly the 3 litre engine is still the pick of the crop. It's torquier. It's got a gruff kind of character that lends itself to, I think, Isuzu's position in the market, which is really built around a high capacity turbo diesel engine that isn't that big on outputs on paper, but is lazy and torquey in the real world. So this does lose that a little bit, I suppose. Now that might be important to some buyers and it might not be important to others. So choose your own adventure there, I guess. But for me, I'm choosing the 3 litre every day. In terms of other driving impressions overall, not a lot has changed here really. Obviously, we've got a bit less power and a bit less torque to talk about here. But in terms of other driving impressions, the ride quality for the MUX is quite good. It's perhaps a little bit less sophisticated in terms of the steering and dynamics than what you get in a Ford Everest. But this does feel nice and comfy, really fit for purpose, I suppose, would be a good way to describe it. But of course, the pricing of the Isuzu MUX has been creeping up a fair bit in recent months and years. So the gap between something like an Everest, or even a Land Cruiser Prado for that matter, and this MUX isn't as big as it used to be. So it's not as good value as it once was, but I think it's still a solid choice. The same can be said for the Isuzu D-Max as well, really. That is a ute that is regularly in the top 3 or top 4 of what is a ultra competitive segment, and it's in there for good reason. Although I do think that a lot of ute buyers buy that vehicle because of what is under the bonnet. So they will absolutely be leaning more towards that 3 litre engine than this 2.2, and I think for good reason. Well, as always, the Isuzu MUX and D-Max both feel like solid options within their respective categories, but I've got to say, it is lacking a little bit of charm and lazy performance that you get with the 3 litre engine. So if you're looking to go off-road, you're looking to do a bit of towing or load this vehicle up, I would say that the 3 litre engine is still the pick out of these two, despite the fact that this has picked up an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now, this does feel pretty solid still. Performance isn't too bad. I wouldn't say it's the best option for towing based on our little bit of experience that we had, but in terms of off-road driving, these both are surprisingly quite good thanks to that rough terrain mode button. It's actually a bit of a secret weapon for both of these cars, gives you great capability and confidence off-road. But let me know in the comments below, would you choose the 3 litre? Would you choose the 2.2? Be interested to hear what you think, and as always, thanks for watching. If you're hungry for more Isuzu content, check out this video up here. This is my review of the D-Max Blade. That is the top spec model. Comes at a big price, but does have different suspension and wheels and tires. Gives it a bit more off-road capability. Check out the video review here.